The master bedroom is all done. Well, with the drywall. We still have to mud and tape.
So moving on to the wonderful world of drywall. We've got all of our drywall hung. We went ahead and pre-filled all of our large cracks with a fast setting mud. And now I just gotta knock down any high spots. Once all high spots are knocked down, get any little scraps of paper off. Then what we're gonna do is we're gonna start putting our paper tape on. And we want to start with any vertical seams so that they lie underneath any horizontal tape. So we'll go ahead and just smear a little joint compound on there. And let's see if I can figure out how to do this. Got my fancy paper dispenser. So we'll overlap the seams a little bit. We don't want to leave any buildup of plaster underneath or above the tape. Now just get it set into the plaster so that we have room to put more plaster on top of it at the next step. This is where stilts would come in handy.
Yeah.
The issue I had last night was with the mortar board. Every time I was up on the ladder, I had to set the mortar board down on the floor, so there was a lot of
Up and
up and
down.
down the ladder.
Yeah.
So I'm trying the little trough thing again and see if that works better for taping. Mortar board will work. Mortar board? That's hard to say. It will work when we're doing just plain mud.
Yeah.
So set the tape in the compound, tear it off with our knife, do gentle smooth. Ideally, I've learned, you never want to put mud that you scrape off the wall back into your tray, because it can pick up little fuzzies, it can pick up pieces of paper, and then you get little lines in your plaster the next time you pull mud out of your tray. But if you have a spot to transfer it to that you're moving on to next, that works the best. Now that I have both my vertical seams taped, I can do a horizontal tape here, and that will overlap my verticals to keep those underneath the horizontal tape. So I'm still learning how to do drywall, and hopefully we'll get better at it by the time we get done with this project. But I can see here that I let my tape get too wet, and so as I started troweling it, it started kind of rippling. And I think what I need to do is put less mud underneath it to set the tape. So that way I'm not trying to trowel it so much that I'm to squeeze out the mud. Trying to get better at is doing the side slide.
So the dance move?
I think so. Gotta shuffle your feet, but able to do that faster instead of getting mud on your trowel and going, 6 inches at a time. I can just, hopefully if I can get at it, side slide it. And then when I talked about not having too much mud underneath, I'll come by and just kind of knock it down. Oh, I missed that one. Did you get it?
Yep, I see it.
Did you catch me dropping it?
Yep.
That's why we haven't sanded the floors yet.
Yep.
Okay. And now I should be able to set this down.
And be careful not to step in the goo.
I know. Well, at least we'll only track it into the rest of the house that doesn't have flooring on it yet. Once you put plaster on it, it's hard to have your reference points for where the seam is. So you gotta kind of keep track of that as you go. And you want to go as continuous as possible, because any butt joints of the paper will be a high point. So now that we're moving on to our bottom horizontal joint, I have to first tape this vertical joint. And this is a butt joint, which means it has no factory edge, it has kind of a dimple. But if you remember, when we were hanging the drywall, we would chamfer with our chamfering tool all of the butt joints. So that allowed us to fill the joint with the quick setting mortar, not mortar, quick setting mud to strengthen that joint so it's not a place that will develop a crack. Now for the horizontal. So we've got a seam right here, and so the paper tape's actually going to cross right over that light switch, which is okay. Sometimes our boxes will have devices in them already, other times they may just have wires, but we'll just go ahead and paper tape right over it, and once everything is dry, that'll cut out real easy. Corners are always the most awkward. So before I do this, I need to identify what my next point is. So that one's prepped, ready for me to transfer a little mud over there. So next we're going to do the horizontal seams on the back wall, and then we'll tackle the corner. But before that, we got to get more mud. One of the nice things is this scoop and scrape, which has a nice curved side so you're not digging in it with your square trowel. We'll go ahead and put a link to this in the description. Let's go do the wall. Now it's time to start doing inside corners. So the trick to this I have found is to get enough plaster in the corner, but not so much that it holds the paper away from the wall. We want to have the paper as close to the wall as possible. So we'll try our side slide again and just kind of butter both sides of the corner. Now that we've got our corner fully buttered, we'll start with our paper tape, and you can see on the paper tape that it has a crease in it already from the factory. And so all you gotta do is just find that crease, get it a nice fold, and you got your corner paper. And just use the blade of your knife to push it into the corner. Get it set in that plaster. What I'm going to do, I'm going to go all the way to the bottom, put my thumb there, then pull it off, tear my paper, and then I can put it right back. Now that we have it set, we grab our fancy corner trowel and just
That was pretty smooth.
Yeah.
It's amazing having the right tools.
It is, isn't it? First coat done. Drywalling is going better than either Amy or I thought it would. So we're having a lot more success. I don't know if it's the bigger rooms or just that we're doing different techniques this time. If you remember when we did drywall in the apartment, it was pretty horrible and awkward, but it's going much better here. In the apartment, we used our banjo box, which puts mud on the paper tape as you put it onto the wall, but that gets really awkward and heavy, especially when you're holding it above your head and stretching tape. So our method that we're doing this time, where we quickly put some mud on the wall, put the tape on it, wipe it smooth, is working much faster. Yesterday we got the master bathroom and closet all taped for the first round of taping. Today we're gonna finish in the master bedroom, putting the first layer of mud and tape on the walls. So let's get to it.
Want you close, maybe hold your hand a little while. Somehow I know you're gonna be the girl that I'll end up calling my own. We ride around in style, sleeves rolled up, glasses on, and then you make that smile and my heart starts racing when I'm with you. When I'm with you. Like never-ending sunshine, feels like everything stops for a while when we look into each other's eyes. How could I ever let you go now when you're looking like that? Can't get enough of this. Being with you is a never-ending sunshine. You got your high heels on, and I'm wearing my worn-out jeans. What could go wrong? Sipping on a beer, sing along to our favorite songs. All I want is you. You make my world spin round and round. Sometimes I don't know what to do, 'cause my heart starts racing when I'm with you. Can't get enough of this. Being with you is like never-ending sunshine. Feels like everything stops for a while when we look into each other's eyes. How could I ever let you go now when you're looking like that? Can't get enough of this. Being with you is a never-ending sunshine. A never-ending sunshine. You know I want you close. Maybe hold your hand a little while. Somehow I know you're gonna be the girl that I'll end up calling my own. Can't get enough of this. Being with you is like never-ending sunshine. Feels like everything stops for a while when we look into each other's eyes. How could I ever let you go now when you're looking like that? Can't get enough of this. Being with you is a never-ending sunshine. Never-ending sunshine.
Now we've gotten to the part where we're going to do the outside corners, so we're going to use just regular corner metal. We're going to go ahead and glue and nail it into place, and then smooth out the plaster. So first we'll make sure there's nothing that's going to hold it up. Then we've got the spray adhesive. We'll just give a nice heavy coating. Then we'll also spray the corner metal. Then we're going to let that sit for 1 minute to tack up, and then we'll put it into place. Now that it's been a minute, we'll go ahead and put our corner metal on. It's going to stick as soon as it touches, so we're going to make sure we have it aligned. So I'm going to make sure that there's enough of a dip and that this corner piece is square from both sides. Now, we put about 30 pounds of plaster on it.
So why do you want the dip?
So we want to make sure that there's that dip to have room for this plaster So when we wipe it, you don't see any of the metal other than the corner. All right, good first coat.